Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to this episode of Semi-Pro. Today, me, Josh, and Daniel play a very special Christmas game on this very special Christmas edition of Semi-Pro. I appreciated that little whisper there, Daniel. That was very nice. That was very kind of you. So today we're playing a game that we're introducing for the podcast for the first time for Christmas called Secret Satan. Secret Satan is what we're going to be playing. And so what we've done is the three of us have each picked a movie for another person on the podcast. And we're going to roll a dice in the Google random number picker to pick whose movie is going to be watched. So I am number 2, Daniel, you're number 1, Josh is number 3. Real quickly, what I have picked for Josh is the movie Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, because I thought he would enjoy watching that this Christmas. So if we land on number 3, which is Josh's number, then that's the movie we're going to be watching tonight. So Daniel, what movie have you picked for me?
For you, I got one. I think you're going to love this. It's called, it's a little ditty called Nativity 2. Danger in the Manger, starring esteemed actor David Tennant, who you know and love from Doctor Who, and was also in other things like Jessica Bones. Yeah, that's a movie.
All right, Josh, what movie did you pick for Daniel?
I picked Christmas All Over Again, which starts a swagtastic boy who's a bit of a Grinch, bit of a Scrooge.
That's me.
And he gets forced to live Christmas every day, but no presents.
No!
Until he learns to love it.
There.
And it's directed by the voice behind Kim Possible.
Whoa! All right,
For some reason.
Once again, Daniel, you're number 1. I'm number 2. Josh is number 3. We've got a random number generator, 1 to 3. Generate. The answer is 3. That is Josh. That means we will tonight be watching Silent Night, Deadly Night, Part 2. Merry Christmas, Josh. I love you, buddy. I hope you enjoyed this watching of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. All right, welcome back, everybody. Y'all shut up. Welcome back, everybody. We just finished Silent Night.
What's that shit Garfield eat?
We just finished Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, which was the greatest movie we've ever seen in our lives.
Right.
This was Josh's Christmas present. This was Josh's Christmas present from me.
And what a Christmas present it was. Thank you very much, Dalton.
Yeah.
You're
it was
welcome.
almost like a Christmas present to all of us, you know. I gotta say.
It was
excellent
very much.
Choice.
Yeah, it was very much a Christmas present to every single one of us.
You know, I was no Black Christmas, but what are you gonna do?
Right. So for
everybody
the
version of Black Christmas that Dalton wanted us to watch was lesser. So
you're lesser than everything in the world.
The pick for this was between Black Christmas from 2006, not the 2019 remake or the 1986 original. The 2006 version, which is regarded as one of the worst Christmas movies of all time, or Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. And so I went with this one.
Which is one of the best Christmas movies of all time.
It's one of the greatest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, just one of the best movies in general.
Especially in like the slasher genre, this has got to be one of the best.
Well, okay, so I knew this movie beforehand.
Right, Josh knows every movie because he's an insane person.
Mostly because I'm a loser and I love slasher movies.
Right, yeah.
We so the website we get to find these, just for everybody who lives in the US, we scroll through Tubi and we look for horrible things to watch.
Do you think we could get Tubi to sponsor us if we just watch like exclusively Tubi movies?
Maybe, but probably not.
Could. I feel like I mean, I don't want to rag on Tubi because you know I love Tubi, but you know, I mean, it's Tubi. They would sponsor us.
maybe.
But edit this out so they'll sponsor us.
So we kind of.
How else are they going to fund their movies, though? Really?
So we scroll through Tubi and like we watch this horrible schlock, and that's a lot of what we do. And so on Tubi, I found Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, which is a movie I knew about because of Garbage Day. But we'll get to that.
Day.
And that remake. And so I was trying to pick between the two, and I couldn't decide. So we went with Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, which I think was the good call because I feel like Black Christmas
Right, and it was your first choice too. Luckily, you decided that on your first choice.
Yeah, I definitely didn't backtrack on what I wanted to
no,
make.
definitely not. There were definitely no backtracks at all in this episode. Definitely not multiple.
There is an alternate universe out there where
we watched Christmas with a capital C.
And
by that I mean nativity scene. What was
Nativity
it? What was the one I said?
Nativity 2, Danger in the Manger.
Right.
And in both of those universes, I have to imagine that we are much more miserable than we usually are.
Yeah, I think Nativity 2.
Did you say much more miserable?
No, he didn't.
I didn't.
You shouldn't have.
You misheard. You must have misheard me. I said miserable, as in sad, depressed, feeling like shit.
Yeah,
but no,
you can't say that word. Actually, that's naughty.
Naughty.
Santa's watching you.
Josh, your impression is horrible. Try it again.
No.
Do Garbage Day.
Do Garbage Day.
Why would you insult me and then do it again?
Josh, do Garbage Day for me.
Garbage Day.
That wasn't bad, actually. It was no Garbage Day. Daniel, you do yours. Yours is cracked.
I don't want to.
Daniel, do it.
Daniel will do it randomly.
I can't perform under pressure.
It'll be in this
review. It's got to be natural, you know.
All right, Josh, break down the plot of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 for us.
The plot of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 is the plot of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 1.
Yo. Nobody has seen the first one. Break down the plot for us.
Well, this movie, it's a lot like Joker. You know, I'd say it's about as good as Joker. Better, really.
Yeah.
Really.
No, I would say that this is a better movie than
I
Joker
would also agree that this is a better film than Joker's.
Admittedly, the lead actor of this is not as good of an actor as Joaquin Phoenix in Joker 2019, but other than that, everything else about this movie is better.
He may be a better Joker than Joaquin Phoenix.
That is very possible. He's definitely more jacked than Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, that's true.
Bro is ripped. We were fucking gushing.
And he wears drippier sweaters than Joaquin Phoenix.
We didn't realize that.
We
didn't realize that until a good way into the movie, because the movie starts and he's
because you don't see anything other than his face for
his
90%
face
of the
or
movie.
his feet.
Because
he wears those. He wears those.
Oh yeah, it shows that in my solitude. Right.
So, the movie begins with Ricky. This man
Does the
in
movie
insane
begin?
asylum.
Does it start?
And he
starts
is facing
with
off.
Bobby Caldwell, famous jazz musician.
I do also want to note that this movie opens on a black screen with text on it. Like most movies open on something else. This movie opens.
It opens with from Silent Night production company or something.
Yeah, but it's a black screen with red text on it. Most movies open with something to bridge the gap, whether it be just a plain black screen that goes into that or whatever. This movie opens with the black screen with the production company on it.
And then it goes
production
into
company that's called Silent Night Production.
Correct. Who the first movie and all subsequent sequels.
Yeah, these movies.
But no. Only this one. The rest of the sequels are produced by different production companies, and the first one is a different production company.
Huh.
the
production company
is quiet.
exists for this movie.
Only for this movie, man.
And it deserves it, because it starts
yeah,
off
no,
with,
I'm glad it does.
It starts off with Dule Hill and our boy
Oh, I
Ricky.
forgot about Dule Hill.
It does have
already.
Dule Hill. Yeah, Dule Hill who never blinks or speaks.
It's a black orderly who looks a lot like Dule Hill, just staring at Ricky.
Yeah,
this man
with
in
the
an insane asylum.
crazy.
And that's
bug-eyed
not us
eyes.
being racist. He actually
No,
looks
like
him.
he looks like Dule Hill.
And it's just the two of them staring at each other for a solid 5 minutes with no talking, no nothing. This guy's in an insane asylum. Someone's setting up some recording stuff and just keeping an eye on him. And then we get the doctor enter and he goes, "Hey, Ricky, tell me your life story. Can you break down the plot for Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 1 for me?" And Ricky, through flashbacks, gives us a little clip show of the original Silent Night, Deadly Night, which was him and his older brother when he was a baby.
His older brother, Bobby.
His older brother,
No,
Bobby.
Billy.
No, Billy.
It's Billy.
Billy.
Bobby Caldwell is the jazz musician.
And it's him as a baby and his older brother Billy in the car with his mum and dad. They're driving down the road and they see a Santa who needs some help because his car's broken down. So they stop off and they go, "Hey, do you want some help? Anything?" And he goes, "No, thanks." And he shoots his dad and then
Right.
brutally.
He goes,
rapes his mum in
yes,
front of him.
call an ambulance, but not for me.
But not for me.
And then he kills his dad, and Billy runs across the road and hides in the bushes while the Santa has his way with the mother and then kills her, which leaves the two children to be left in the care of an orphanage run by nuns who think everything is naughty. And by everything, I mean these two adults having consensual sex in a private room, but
Yeah.
they're not married.
Well, I don't know that they're
Right.
adults. I mean, they definitely
think-
are adults, and
They're real
the
adults. Yeah,
actors are adults.
they were. Yeah, they
but I
were
think
meant
they
to
were
be
supposed to be
presumably
teenagers.
teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also,
Right,
it was on
they were-
school grounds. I think even adults having sex on school grounds is pretty looked down upon.
Well, most of the time, the adults having sex in school grounds are with people they should not be having sex with.
Yeah.
well,
Well, the point is, it was against the rules for them to be having sex.
Yeah.
So
Right.
they.
And
so
Billy,
she
Billy
took a
in
belt
his-
and whipped her.
well, Billy he's a young boy and he's quite recluse. He doesn't like going out and playing with the other kids. So
Well,
he's
he
just
was
walking around the
grounded.
orphanage.
He does
And
like
he
going
was
out, but
grounded.
he was grounded.
Well, yeah, he's a bit messed up if you hadn't tell. And he
Yeah.
looks through the peephole, and by peephole I mean keyhole, and he peeps on these guys having sex until a nun sees him and he goes, "Get out of here, Billy!" And she gets a belt and starts whipping the two who were having sex. Which so Billy develops this idea of what
Well,
is
she also
naughty.
specifically says, yeah, she like goes to him. She says, "What you saw in there was very bad, very naughty."
Right. So that
And
like-
I need to punish
And
them.
Yeah, right.
What's
Yeah, she
weird
specifically says
is-
that.
what's weird is if you want to give him this Jason Voorhees idea that sex is bad, you do one of two things. Either the nun scarred him and so he views sex as bad, or he saw his mom get raped and murdered and so he views sex as bad. But instead they do both.
twofer.
They do
Well, no,
both.
they're doubling down on the childhood trauma.
Right.
Well, you
Yeah.
gotta make sure it's really believable.
I guess
you
that's
know?
the interesting thing is they don't just do one or the other for the childhood trauma. They literally do both throughout the whole
They-
movie for both main characters.
They do
Sex-
a childhood trauma speed run.
Sex is bad because of both what they experienced as children and because of the nuns. It's not one or the other, it's both. And that's really weird, but I guess also kind of interesting, but also kind of not.
It's a little bit bizarre because it's like, I mean, they go out of their way to explain that this kid's childhood was just awfulness on top of awfulness on top of awfulness. And then that basically continues. It's just it's back and forth. Ricky talking to a doctor, and him telling him his brother's life that he apparently knew all about.
Well,
Even
he's not
stuff that he
he's not
wasn't
a
there for.
doctor. It's the police shrink. It's not a doctor.
No, he was,
Yeah, he was a doctor.
shrink, he was a shrink meant to determine whether or not he was, or like ready for parole.
Yeah.
Oh, I took it as his sentencing was either going to be like insane or not. That's how I took it, but I guess it could
No,
be
no.
parole.
I think it was meant to be. It was meant to be like getting his side of the story. and
Yeah,
seeing
because
his
I think
mental state.
I think it said like your case is up for review, or this will affect our case or soming.
Yeah,
But I guess it could have been to see if he was insane or not. I don't know.
But yeah, so Billy at one point he's grown up, he's an adult, and he has to move out of the orphanage. So Mother Superior, who's the
Don't forget that
she-
name, Mother Superior. It's
Mother
important.
Superior, she's the alpha naughty punishment woman.
None. Is the
Nun
word you're
is the
looking
word-
for.
yeah.
No,
She's
no,
the top nun, the mother
she's
nun.
she's
The other
the one
ones
who's
are
like-
just
she's
She
the one
she the
who-
top G. She's the top
she's
G.
the top dog. She's the monkey in charge of the banana.
She's the one who's like who pulls the focus on what's naughty and who needs to be punished. But she
Right,
helps
right.
Billy get this job in is it a toy shop?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
was-
toy
it was-
shop
it was
with
a
a
toy
mall
shop where-
Santa. Yeah.
where he was.
Yeah,
a
but
mall
and Billy's role is he has to dress up as Santa, which kind of it starts awakening memories because his mother was assaulted by Santa
And his father murdered.
and his
right,
father
and his
murdered.
mother also presumably murdered because
Yes,
he was
yeah.
orphaned.
But he does his job, and by that I mean he lets children still in his laugh, and he keeps telling them how he's going to punish them.
He
because they're
doesn't do a
naughty.
horrible job as Mall Santa, I want to mention. Like,
Yeah,
he's
I mean,
not a
admittedly,
bad
like
Mall
he
Santa.
he kind of scared that one kid, but that one kid was kind of being a brat. Like,
Right.
Right.
Well, the parent. It's quite a nice.
and
cut, 'cause
all
the
the
parents
people and all
are,
the people said like they were like, oh, he's so good with the kids. Like he's such a good Santa, you know. So
Well, yeah, the
Yeah,
parents
he
are
was
like,
killing it.
It's
Yeah,
a
bro
great
was
cut
cracked.
because it's a great cut because it's him basically going like, "I'm gonna murder you if you keep being a naughty piece of shit." And then it's one of the moms, and he goes, "He's such a great Santa. He's so nice with the kids."
Yeah, but he got her to stop crying and bitching, didn't he?
I'm pretty
Like-
sure it was the owner of the shop, not one of the moms.
Right, yeah. It was definitely like one of his coworkers.
But they keep going on, and at the end of the day, everyone's celebrating because I think it's Christmas Eve, which was the night his parents were murdered. So they're all celebrating. He sees these two people head off to the back room to
The back
get
rooms?
with it, get boogie.
Right. Get down and dirty with it, Santa style.
They're going to have sexual intercourse.
Come on,
And-
dude. That's naughty. Come
That
on,
is
man.
naughty, Josh.
Yeah.
Come on,
Sorry,
man.
sorry, you're right.
Be
That is
better.
naughty. That is naughty.
So
But
they're
yeah,
going to fuck.
They're going to fuck each other, and Billy
You
sees
can't
this.
say
He's
that.
still-
That's naughty.
You can edit it out.
Jamie, bleep that.
I
Billy
can't. We
sees them-
record this straight.
Billy sees them heading
Well,
off together.
We record it live, but we're not straight.
Billy sees them heading off together, and he follows them. And
Right.
the guy's getting a bit rough with the girl. She's
But he is actively
sexually
sexually assaulting her. Yeah.
he's active. Yeah, he like rips open her top, and she's trying to say no, and he covers her mouth.
She's
And,
not trying. She
She
did say
is-
no.
No, she's saying no. She's saying no, Andy, stop it. Stop it.
And then
I
he
remember her
covers her
name
mouth.
because she says it multiple times. Or I remember his
Correct.
And then Billy, I guess being the good guy, kills the rapist. How does he kill this one? He just
name. He gets the
Chokes him.
Christmas lights and he chokes him with the Christmas lights and like hangs
chokes
him.
him with
Yeah.
the Christmas lights.
It was pretty
I-
sick, like for a first kill
well,
for this
he
character.
He gets the lights, wraps him around him, and holds him up in one hand.
Yeah, dude
Like
was
he's-
fucking super. Like I would have believed that if that was Ricky, because Ricky
Yeah.
was fucking jacked to shit. But
Right.
come on, Bobby or Billy.
Bobby, Billy, whatever, Mr. Coolwell.
Yeah. Right.
The older,
The first,
Baldwell
the elder
Senior.
Caldwell. Yeah.
And I guess the girl being shocked is, understandably scared because she's just been sexually assaulted.
Well,
And
no,
now
Well,
there's
she
this
also
other
watched
guy.
him fucking choke a man with one arm.
And
she
watched the man choke.
loved the guy. He was her high school
I don't know if
crush.
Was that established? I
Was
missed
that-
that.
I mean,
I think Dawn's writing his own fan
yeah,
fiction
bro.
for Silent
Bro's
Identity.
writing
I-
fucking headcanons.
I kind of took it that way, like they're high school sweethearts, whatever. They're young, so like she's got feelings for him, and then
Well, it seemed like she was interested. Like she seemed to like be into going to make out with him with the mistletoe. Like obviously she didn't want him dead.
but
Like
yeah, right. But she didn't want him dead, but she didn't want to sleep with him, and that's kind of the
Right.
yeah. They were in love.
Nonetheless,
sure.
Nonetheless, she's understandably scared and she tries to run away. And Billy then stabs her with an unseen object that they never show. So
Yeah. It's his hand. He just punches.
Yeah, I was
his
gonna say
hand
my
through
head
her.
my head
Right.
canon is that he just like Terminator stabs him with her
Yeah.
hand.
That was a little odd, but that was sort of, if I didn't know the backstory of this movie, which is most of it is just the first movie, that would be the first indication that something's off, because it
Right.
feels weird. Like the stabbing and no object was up, like that felt re-edited and recut. So that would be the first indication that something's off.
Right. But they have two other co-workers and they're both drunk, but one of them is like, I keep hearing screams and someone yelling
And the other
rape.
one just gaslights him and says, "Nah, you're crazy. Yeah, that's your imagination."
Well, he's also drunk. He's drunk out of his mind.
And then
Right.
but he nonetheless, being the good guy, he goes to investigate to make sure everyone's okay. And then he gets murdered by Billy.
Yeah.
Bobby.
Bobby.
Ricky,
Bobby
Billy,
Caldwell,
Bobby.
the jazz musician, kills.
I can't remember how the last woman comes across him, but she must have heard something else going on. She like walks out. She's trying to find everybody, and Ricky goes to chase her with like an axe now that he's pulled off the wall.
Yeah,
So
well, this is the iconic axe. This is the axe of the movie.
Right. It comes
Right.
back later
Well,
too.
it's the axe of this movie. The iconic movie of the first movie is a gun.
No, the icon. No. Yeah. Wait. What did you say,
Yeah.
Daniel? Say
No,
it again.
it is. Daniel was right.
the iconic movie of the film, or the iconic weapon of the film we watched, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, is an axe. The iconic weapon of the first one is a gun.
I thought the iconic weapon of the movie we watched was a gun. The iconic weapon of the first movie was an axe.
But the axe is on the
The
poster.
axe is in this one too.
Yeah, the axe is on the poster, but the greatest scene in this movie
the
is the gun.
The gun is what he kills most of the people with. I don't know. I
Okay.
haven't seen the first one.
Anyway.
I did watch the first.
You have seen the first
Yeah,
one.
I've seen the first one, and he uses an axe.
Right.
But nonetheless,
And a gun. I
he
saw part of the
chases
first one.
he chases the last remaining co-worker around with an axe, and he thinks he sees her between some shelves, and
Mhm.
and he swings, bang, right down, misses completely,
Swing and a miss.
and then she pushes some very light cardboard boxes onto him, and he falls down and
Yeah.
drops his axe.
Oh, this is one of my
Some
favorite
empty
scenes in the whole
cardboard
movie.
boxes.
Yeah, this is one of the best things I've
Genuinely
ever seen.
crack.
So she picks up the axe. He's on
Mhm.
the ground, and he like finds his footing, starts running after her. She, holding the axe, runs towards the doors, stops.
Yeah, the door that would
turns,
be unlocked or locked from the inside.
Inside.
Correct. The,
Yeah,
the door that would be
stops,
very easy to unlock.
Yeah,
And then
this is a
turns.
store that she works at, and
This
then
is- Yeah, she's clearly a higher-ranking member who probably has keys. Then,
right,
seeing that
Once
there's
again,
an
though,
easy
the
exit,
door locks from the inside, so you just turn it.
yeah,
right, it's a push door. Like it's literally, it's.
doesn't use the door. She turns towards
She
the
sees
window.
this easy exit.
She turns
sees
towards
that-
the wall.
Was it
Yeah,
a wall?
well,
I looked like
no, it's
Well,
like-
it
it's
was,
like a
it was like a
window.
glass window, but it was still the indoor wall of the
Yeah,
Yeah, so
building.
right.
so she sees this easy exit and she thinks I don't want to go through there. So she turns right, looks at this window that has been covered with like wrapping papers, a whole gimmick.
It's the same glass as the door. The glass door just extends down this wall.
Right, they
Right,
are
so that-
connected.
So yeah,
And
she's
then-
going to that. Then Ricky Bobby Caldwell yells, "No!"
No, and she turns around to go, "Oh, okay, I'll listen to you." Then
All
turns
right, yeah,
back.
Daniel, how long have you been sitting on that one?
Don't worry about it.
And then she turns around to listen to him for a split second, then thinks, "Oh no, I'd rather get out." Turns back. In that time, he manifests a bow and arrow.
Oh yeah,
And-
it spawns in his hand.
It spawns in his hand. He was keeping it in his inventory, and
Right.
and
Bro
shoots
equipped
her.
it.
And he shoots her through the back with an arrow, killing her completely. And that's his
Correct.
first 4 kills. This is the start of Ricky Bobby Caldwell.
Right. I like that we're calling him that, even though none of those are his.
Actual
Billy?
government name.
Right.
Well, yeah, and then after that, we get told that he's going on a spree. You know, he's out and about. He's just murdering people left, right, and center.
Yeah, well, they're so like adamantly scared of this Santa Claus killer that anytime they see a Santa Claus, they freak
Which-
out.
In fact,
Includes-
there's one scene where
Well,
the police.
they learn that he wants to go back to the orphanage because he wants to find his brother and he wants to punish Mother
Mhm.
Superior.
Right. As you would.
right,
right,
correct.
Right, and then they know that he's dressed in a Santa outfit.
A what?
So
A what, Josh?
Hold on, whoa. Bro dropped the hard R. Calm down.
he's dressed in a cracked Santa outfit.
A what?
Yeah, it is a cracked Santa outfit.
Yeah, I
admittedly.
guess, but Josh, you called it a Santa outfit.
That is true. You did say that.
Well, nonetheless, the police head to the orphanage, knowing that's where he's gonna go.
He just ignored the fact that he said Santa.
I didn't realize I said it, but still, this is they go to this orphanage, and they see all the orphan children there who don't have moms and dads.
He said Santa.
Oh man, we got to restart the podcast.
We gotta restart the whole episode. Because Josh said Santa. All right.
Um, So old man Jenkins is dressed as Santa Claus.
No. Let him have his moment. Let him have his moment.
Josh, say it again, please.
I'm
Say
waiting
it
till
like
you're
you
done.
said it. Josh, say it again like you said it, please, for me.
I said Santa.
You do not. We have it on tape.
He basically said it again. That time he said Santa.
Did I speak like Yoda?
Yeah, a little bit. You kind of always do, though.
Oh. All right, Josh, continue.
So,
Merry Christmas, Josh.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
They see a
Christmas to
Santa.
all.
They see a Santa heading towards the children, and the police instinctively just shoot him dead on the spot.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
not only
Well, no,
that,
they-
but this
he
Santa's
draws his
he's
weapons.
reaching for Bobby. I mean,
No,
Ricky.
Ricky.
Yeah,
Ricky
he's
Bobby,
reaching
yeah.
for Ricky's hand, and he even says, "Come here, little Ricky," and then he gets shot 7 times.
Yeah, well, no. They go. Step away from the kid. And then he doesn't, so they shoot him. And then as they're boxing, after they reveal that it's the janitor, they go, "Oh, that poor deaf bastard."
Yeah, that was Ricky from the tape who said that.
Ah, was it?
Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't a deaf. I don't think it was meant to be a deaf janitor. I think it was a deaf pastor or something.
No, it was it specifically said
ground-
Did
janitor.
they say janitor?
Yeah.
I think they said groundskeeper or something.
No,
Yeah,
they
right,
said
right.
the word janitor.
Did they
But
say janitor?
I mean, the best
Yeah.
part about it is that immediately after, one of the policemen goes, "Well, what can you do? This happens sometimes."
Yeah, and then
Right,
he
they're like,
comes
well-
back in. The police officer, he comes back in and he's
He goes like,
talking
my
to Mother
bad.
Superior, and he's like, "We'll get the Santa killer. We'll get him. My bad." And then he turns around and he pulls his gun out at the door before he even steps outside. Oh,
Oh, I love this movie. This movie is great. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to us all.
What was that one that?
If only
what
we
was
were
that-
watching this movie and not the sequel.
Oh man.
We'll get there. What was going
No,
on
this
with
movie's
the
even
one girl
better.
that he goes to kill, and then the police like burst in, and she goes, "Oh, it's my daddy."
Oh, that's
Oh,
like the
yeah,
next
that was
scene.
the-
It's in the
No,
montage.
that was the scene. That was the scene before. It goes that scene where the guy's like breaking into the house to surprise his daughter. And they're like they bust in. Then it's the scene of Ricky Bobby notes Billy like on the side of the highway like ducking in the
Yeah,
gutter.
so there's a
and then
montage of like
yeah.
trying to catch the Santa killer before he goes, or before the janitor is killed at the. No, I do think it was
not really that much
after.
of a montage. No, it was definitely before.
No, it's before because the montage ends with the janitor
That's
killing.
what yeah, that's what set up that they were out for Santies.
See, I
For
thought
Santers.
the Santa killing at the thing set up the montage after.
No,
but I guess
it was
could be wrong.
it was Santa killing. It was his first 4 killings with the.
Are
cracked
you
bow and
sure?
arrow.
Because then after they
Yeah.
kill the Santa at the no, I'm mistaken.
Yeah,
but they
you're
do
wrong.
the voice
Because the
voiceover.
Santa killing. The
Yeah,
Santa
because
killing is what leads directly to because then the cop gets
voiceover
killed
says
and then,
the voiceover says
and then Billy gets killed, right? And that's the setup from the
the
end of the
voiceover
first
says,
movie.
"Little did they know
No,
that
you know what the
Bobby was
voiceover
about
says,
5
actually?
miles down the road."
The voiceover actually said use a bitch.
It
Yeah.
says, "Little did they know that Bobby was about 5 miles down the road," and then it cuts to him just
Right.
hiding in these bushes comically. And the police cars drive by.
Yeah, he's with the full Santa outfit. He's like ducking. But yeah,
But yeah, by this point, essentially it's just a montage of Billy killing a load of people.
right. We're already past that. Where the janitor has been killed.
Until eventually Billy does actually come back to the orphanage, and he comes to punish Mother Superior for being
It's not really.
naughty.
It's not really. Eventually, it's like in the scene where the cop draws his gun and then walks out the door, and then Billy kills him in like a fucking basement or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, because
Josh, what happened?
they
How's
cut
Billy
that
kill
really
him?
quickly. I'm sure in the original
Yeah.
movie there was a lot of time between those two
Well,
shots.
Right, yeah, no, I'm
Billy
sure.
goes to kill Mother Superior, and he goes to he raises his axe and he goes to take a swing, and then he gets shot in the back by a detective who I assume is like one of the main characters in the first movie.
I'm also sure in the
Probably,
first movie,
yeah.
like that character deserved it. Like I'm sure he was like a jerk. But in this
Well,
movie,
who
it just
did?
comes across like he's a
Oh,
horrible cop.
Well, he did.
He murdered a lot of innocent people.
Yeah, he shot the old man. No, he's talking about the cop who shot the janitor.
he shot one old man, but I'm sure in the original he was like
Yeah,
incompetent.
he was probably like a real dick that deserved it.
Yeah, he looked like a
I say it again, incompetent.
Right. Yeah. No, I heard
you.
No,
just don't say it again.
Yeah.
And
incompetent.
It's at that point that Billy's dead body falls right in front of Ricky as a child,
and the axe lands.
And the axe lands perfectly in front, like lined up directly with his toe line. First, a toe line.
You can see Billy go. But it's at this point that we can finally get into Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2.
And this is
right.
This is probably 40 minutes into the movie.
It's halfway.
Yeah,
the first
it's like
half of this movie is just the recap of the first one.
Which honestly, I don't mind because I haven't seen the first one.
Yeah,
but it worked
out for us.
If I had seen the first one, I'd be heated. Don't watch the first movie. Just watch this one through 5.
Yeah, or maybe don't watch the third through 5th. We haven't seen them yet.
Right.
Only Josh has seen them. He's the only person in the world.
I've seen the 3rd and I think the 4th. No, I've seen the 5th.
He's the only person in the world who's seen this entire
entire
quadrilogy.
Then we learn a bit more about Ricky's life, which was he got adopted by a nice couple and basically lived a relatively normal life until he went to the park one day when he was, I think, meant to be 15.
Right.
Yeah, he was 15, played by a man in his early 20s.
Right.
Well,
we were confused.
80s, so...
Well, we were confused because there's some scenes of him as a kid where the kid actor is clearly different, and there's a mom who he's adopted by.
Well, yeah, because the scene of the kid where Billy dies and the axe falls at his feet, that kid looks like main Ricky, and Josh says that's the reason main Ricky was cast over some other better actor.
But he also says because that guy looked cooler, but he does not admit to saying that.
I think that was
I said that. That was just my personal view.
Slip. Yeah. But then in the scene of his mother and father, who was maybe not that good of a dad,
he looked like he wouldn't be that good of a dad, but he might have been.
He seemed like he was trying though. But there he was a different kid from the axe scene,
right?
Because that was reshoots. The axe scene was from the original movie.
And then we cut to this other scene, and we're super confused as to why. Like he was supposed to be like 15.
Yeah, we were like heavily debating whether or not it was reshot or if it was like some little thing from the end of the first movie. Because we couldn't tell.
Because it didn't make sense to use a different actor instead of using the same actor and just giving him bangs.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like it didn't make because the actor they chose to play that was the same age as the regular actor. And he didn't look any younger.
Well, because it's the 80s, they were both born at about 35 years old.
Right.
Or they just cast a 40-year-old man to play a 15-year-old.
Both are very true. But Ricky, who's now 15 years old, he's out for a walk in the park.
His father has just died.
His father has just died.
Yeah, right. I forgot about that, actually.
Well, he calls him his stepfather.
Well, he's his stepfather,
I think. But did that mean stepfather or just adopted?
Yeah, was that? I think is that stepfather as in his foster mother remarried, or
I don't think so. I
Daddy dead.
Because they would have mentioned that. I don't think so. I think it literally is just his
Daddy dead.
dad.
He goes out to the park for a nice little walk, and he comes across another woman being sexually assaulted.
Which, I mean, what is going on with this family and seeing women being sexually assaulted? I mean, geez, this town.
I mean,
nuts.
it was the 80s.
I mean, I guess, but geez,
this one's also mildly weird because she says, "Oh, I don't like it when you do this stuff to me in private, but I do. Like, I don't mind it when you're doing it in front of your friends."
Well,
now we got it.
First, she says, "I don't want to. I want to have sex with you.
Because I want
just
to, but not right
here.
now. Yeah, not here in this field, like
not here in this open
side
field
of the road.
This creepy man in a Santa suit is just watching us.
Right.
Like,
what? No, he wasn't wearing the Santa suit.
No, he's just a creepy man.
Yeah, he was just a normal creep.
I know. I was just trying to get the point across.
But yeah, so he sees this guy who is sexually assaulting this woman walk off because he wants to get a beer mid-rape.
Yeah, which is
As you
also
do,
weird
I mean-
to like either
Well,
sexually
it's
assault the woman or
not
not.
It's not that weird for him to do. I mean, yes, it is weird, but what's really weird is that she just like
She just stays there. She doesn't move at
doesn't
all.
leave. Yeah.
She says
Like,
you
and
asshole, and then
it
just
didn't, maybe it was just bad acting, but it didn't seem like she was like traumatized and scared, and that's why she was laying there. It seemed like she was just like she just didn't leave. Like
she
just
seemed bored.
chilling.
No,
Like,
she
she was
like
just, yeah,
she
was
rolls
chilling.
over after the initial act of sexual assault, and then just kind of.
Why are we analyzing this so much?
She just
we need to
kinda
move on from the
watches
sexual.
it.
I need
Let's
to
move on.
I need to move on from the sexual assault.
Scene.
We get
Yeah.
we get a super cracked shot because the rapist goes back to his red car. Red car is very important.
Yeah,
It's a red car.
It's red.
Exclamation marked.
Yeah, the doc marked it down with an exclamation mark. And he goes to his car, and we see him in one take look into his car, then
This
move
was great. This was a great shot.
move
It's the
around to
coolest
the
shot in
front
the
of
whole
it.
movie.
Like
He
the coolest
looks
shot in
into
any
his
movie,
car.
probably.
He looks into his car
But
and doesn't see
I keep saying
anything.
that. I've said that the last like 2 episodes.
And then he walks around to the front of his car I think he smokes a cigarette or something. And as he walks around to the front, the
He's
camera
drinking
pans.
his beer.
He's drinking his
Yeah.
beer, and the camera pans, and we see inside the car, and Ricky's already sitting there at the driver's seat, ready to go.
fucking cool.
But the
So
whole
sick.
the whole thing is done as a one take too. Like the
Mhm.
camera never cuts. He's at the back.
Yeah.
He grabs the beer. It pans over. You see him through the windows of the car. There's no one in the driver's seat. It pans all the way around to the front, and as it pans, bam!
Boom,
Ricky's in
there's
the
Ricky.
car, and it's
then
hard.
he runs him over.
Yeah, in
again
what
and again.
looks
He
like
just
a
keeps
toy
fucking
car.
over.
It
Yeah,
looks
it looks
like
a lot like a toy car,
it
but
looks
it's
like a
clearly
miniature, but it's also not, because why would it be a miniature
Right.
in this scene?
not. Yeah, it's very confusing. This whole
Maybe it's
movie is very
because
confusing, but I
we're
love it.
young and we're like used to seeing that version of a Jeep be a toy car. Maybe.
Could be. I guess I've never really seen that Jeep actually on the
Right. I think I've only seen that
especially
version
not
of a
in
Jeep.
red. Like I maybe have seen that Jeep like in like like the generic like steel kind of like unpainted, but like I've never seen it in red like that. Like that's a very toy car looking thing.
I've seen it in Jurassic Park, but never
Yeah.
in red.
for sure.
Right. And the woman who was just sexually assaulted walks up and says thank you, and then he just walks off into the distance.
Right. And he just leaves. At least he doesn't
yeah.
murder her.
Well, yeah, I think they're trying to make him an. I'd say
Trying to
they're
make him
trying to make
more
him an
likable
anti-hero.
than-
Maybe.
trying to make him at least
I
more
don't
likable
know.
than-
I think
No,
that-
No,
then-
I think
then
they
no,
you
because then he
lose
just
that when
kills.
he murders.
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, he kills everyone at the end.
yeah,
like,
when he
yeah.
says garbage day,
Well,
everyone's dead.
then Ricky, then we get a scene again that jumps back to him in the insane asylum,
In the
and
Joker
his
hospital.
doctor-
yeah,
and his
bro,
doctor looks up from writing red car all over again, and he can't see Ricky anywhere, and he keeps looking, and then
Yeah.
Ricky just like whispers in his ear. He's like, "Hey, Mom, let me whisper in your ear. I might like to hear." And then he goes back to telling his life story.
Yeah, what did
which
he
is-
actually say though?
I don't remember. He said
He's just
something like,
he's like, "Do you think I had a good life, Doc?"
he's like, did you get enough information? Or
Right.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, he sounds and looks like a muppet. He looks like he's
No, yeah, no,
No,
he does look,
he-
this
he's-
is when we notice that he looks like Kermit in his.
He's got a big
mannerism.
nose, but he also looks like the Joker. This
Well,
man
he
would have
looked-
made an amazing. This is a perfect time for us to introduce this. He would have
Yeah.
made an amazing Joker
Yeah,
in
this
this
guy,
era.
this guy should have played the Joker in Batman '89. Jack Nicholson.
If Tim
Sorry.
Burton knew what he was doing,
Yeah,
he would have cast
sorry.
this
Like, I
man.
love Jack Nicholson Joker, great, fantastic. Big fan of The Shining and Shelley Duvall's horse teeth and how Stanley Kubrick made her a crazy person because of that movie. Love all that. But this guy would have been a better Joker than Nicholson in
Absolutely,
Batman
absolutely.
'89. No contest.
He's cracked.
Yeah,
but he-
bro is literally the
and
Joker.
then he tells his
IRL.
life story, and he says, "I was 18. I was working a job. I went outside because I was working as like a restaurant thing, and I threw the rubbish out, and I saw a man getting beaten up. So I went over and performed one of the
And this-
most like cracked
so-
kills I've ever seen."
Right. Oh yeah, this was the real sick one.
So there's a guy who's beating up another dude because he owes him money of some
Yeah, it's
sort.
like a mob.
He's like a
boss.
mob enforcer. Yeah.
Yeah, mob, loan shark, whatever kind of bookie
And-
thing.
And me and Josh had both seen this kill before, and so we were
I had
waiting on
not.
Daniel's
Yeah,
reaction.
This was fresh for me, and my fucking goodness gracious, was it nuts?
So with one hand, he holds up this pretty big man. Like he's a pretty
dude
hefty fella.
Dude is Superman. Like I think this family, I don't know if it's just this family or them
Well, it makes sense with
going
Ricky,
to this Christian
clearly,
orphanage.
because clearly Ricky is
huge.
jacked.
We'll hold out for the next thing, because that's when we find out.
Well, no, we kind of see in that. So we just didn't notice.
We see a little bit. His arms are pretty big. And we're like, oh wow.
Yeah, he looked like Bobbin.
he looked a bit. He did look like Bobbin.
He's in this white T-shirt.
Right.
Yeah. And he's holding up this dude with one hand, and with his other hand, he picks up an umbrella, impales him with it, and then opens it as it's through him, and just leaves him out in the quote unquote rain, which is someone with a hose.
Yeah, the rain was iffy, but the shot of the umbrella looked so good.
It was such a good shot, but it was also such a creative kill.
It was so creative.
Moving back to the Joker thing. Moving back to the Joker thing.
So much of it was good. Yeah, great Joker type kill, but it was just like, it was such a well shot, such a creative kill, and like it was well done. Like it looked, like it was kind of cheesy 80s looking, but it looked
visually great. Like there's a lot of little details on it too. Like the umbrella itself was covered in blood.
Right, and it was like in a realistic manner.
Every other kill
I could just be like over obsessing this because it was so freaking cool.
Every other kill in this movie is just kind of generic 80s action movie kill.
Right.
But that movie is different. I've seen people kill people with an axe, right? Like that's not special.
Seen undefined sharp object.
Right.
You know, bow and arrow even, yeah.
I've never seen somebody murder another man with an umbrella.
Yeah, that is
then
wild.
Expand the umbrella so that he can't get it out from either direction. I've never seen that. That's nuts, but it's also
fucking hearted.
It's so sick.
I love this movie.
We can't understand how sick that kill is. And then the next scene is Ricky living his life. He's got a cracked leather jacket on a motorbike. And he gets run down by a pretty woman who laughs at him after she runs him over.
Yeah, no, that is true.
And he instantly falls in love. He's literally me. And the two of them go to the cinema.
To be honest, no woman would even talk to you, even after hitting you with a car.
They aim to hit me with the car. But as a date, they decide to go to the cinema together. And this is the scene where we really realized how jacked Ricky was, because he's
wearing the drippiest sweater of all time.
No, he's wearing a polo shirt.
Sweater yet.
This is him wearing the polo shirt, but you can see his arms. He's got like the arm vein that goes right down the middle. He's literally popping out of his shirt like it's too tight for him.
Dude is huge.
And while this jacked, huge dude is there on a date with a very pretty woman, and they go to kiss, there's a guy 3 rows behind them who starts laughing and making fun of this dude.
Kramer and the other annoying.
Yeah,
Seinfeld.
Kramer and Tom Savini.
Right, Kramer and the guy from Jurassic Park.
And in between those two dudes and Ricky and his girlfriend is the oldest
elderly man
with a young
and a middle-aged woman. Yeah.
And they keep making fun of him.
Neither of these people react to anything that's being said on either end of them.
No.
To be fair, I understand
a lot of back and forth.
I understand it with Ricky, because I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to go near this dude.
Well, no, I meant the old man and his young lady.
No, I know. That's what I mean. They're not getting involved.
Oh, right, yeah.
I wouldn't want to get involved with Ricky at all, even if I was on his side. He at some point goes away because he's getting too annoyed at Kramer making fun of him, and his girlfriend's.
I think it was the movie. I think this is when we realized that the movie they're watching.
Yeah, the movie they're watching is Silent Night, Deadly Night 1, which I have a little bit of a problem with because half of this movie is Silent Night, Deadly Night 1.
I thought it was fine because the one scene they showed of the movie wasn't one of the ones.
It wasn't one of the ones that they show, but it is Bobby in the Santa Claus costume.
Yeah.
Right. But it's not in the clip show as featured earlier. So
he sees the Santa killing, and he gets like a bit of PTSD, and he has to leave. And then they're doing something else annoying.
Well,
Or
no,
no.
it cuts to them in the back, and he does the Muppet corner of the ear thing again, which
But then
also,
there was also the part where they called him a slur because he wouldn't kiss his girlfriend.
right, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
They call him a bundle of sticks.
Yeah.
For not
Right. They called him what
Not-
Josh
no,
calls
no, no.
a cigarette.
Not for not kissing his girlfriend.
No,
for
kissing his
trying to
Yeah,
kiss his girlfriend.
for going in to kiss his girlfriend. Yeah.
Right.
Again, both of these people are very attractive, and they make fun of them for multiple reasons.
Which is so weird to me because Ricky is such a good-looking dude, and
also he's huge.
He's
He's
huge.
ripped. Like
It's
he
not
can body
even-
both of those
it's-
guys in one punch.
it's not even that he's that good-looking. Because I mean, admittedly, he is, but it's sort of like a John Krasinski. He shouldn't be.
He's like an
handsome.
ugly. He's an ugly kind of hot.
He's
yeah.
he's one of those guys where if you take any specific aspect of his face, like you
Mhm.
take his chin or his nose or whatever, they're ugly. But if you combine it all, it works.
It also doesn't help that he
Sure,
looks
yeah.
drippy in the navy blue sweater.
Bro is dripping.
He's dripped out. Get to the navy
that's
blue
not-
sweater, Josh.
I'm
Come on.
getting there. I'm getting there. But Ricky walks away, and his girlfriend gets approached by what I think is her ex, who's also a creepy dude.
Right. Yeah. This is literally me once I get my and also if I was a creepy rapist.
And he walks over and he just makes a load of like, "Hey, you're really gonna want to sleep with me again? I already know it. I know you want me. You want me
Right,
so
while
bad."
while his current girlfriend is like standing there
Yes,
watching.
she's
in,
standing-
in the aisle, just like watching him.
Yeah,
And-
like
and-
like tapping her watch.
You know what
And
it should have been?
Ricky's
Kramer.
ex-girlfriend says like, "The meter's running" or something
Oh,
goofy
yeah.
like that.
What it should have been is Kramer should have been that dude. Like he should have been making fun of Ricky because he wants to get back with his girlfriend.
Nah, don't try to
No,
improve on this movie. It's perfect.
This way, yeah, you're wrong, Josh, because this way they get 2 kills out of it. Even though they
Was
didn't
he-
really show the Kramer kill, they was
Did
still
they?
they had his legs go flying up in the air and all the popcorn.
Yeah,
It was
they did.
cool.
Which is what Ricky's gone off to do.
Yeah, but that's
and
when he
so-
pops in like a muppet.
And then Chip, which is the
Oh wait, no,
ex-boyfriend
that
as
was
well.
actually the really cool one because he kept turning back to his friend, and his friend looked like annoyed at him. And then
Oh,
one of the times
yeah.
he turned back, it was just like Ricky's like chest and abs in his face.
I forgot about that bit.
Dalton's just showing his foot on which he's drawn a
Frowny.
frowny face.
Yeah,
Oh, 2 frowny faces it looks
he's
like.
gonna miss the sweater because that's the next scene. Ricky comes
Right,
back.
yeah.
Chip walks away and Ricky comes back. They enjoy the rest of the movie, and they eventually go on a walk. He's wearing a baby blue sweater, looks stripped out, and he's
Bro is
somehow
dripping.
even in a sweater, he looks ripped as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, and he's also
Like, dude
he's
is
also
jacked through the sweater
Dude is-
type shit.
he was probably like a bodybuilder or some shit.
Right, yeah.
But him and his girlfriend are on a walk, and they come across Chip, who's got some car troubles because everyone in this movie has car troubles and is a sexual
Yeah.
assaulter.
And he's got a red car exclamation
It's
mark.
a red
Old
car.
Red. Old red. His car.
And he like pushes Jennifer.
What
It's
color's
pretty-
his car, Daniel?
I think fuck, what was it? It was like
It might
pink
be
or purple,
blue.
maybe? Yeah,
I think
yeah,
it
no, I
might
think
be
it was
because
blue.
it matches the sweater.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Man, that and it's not
That
just
sweater
any
was
sweater.
crazy.
Like, yes, he looks ripped in the sweater, and that helps a lot.
Mhm.
It is the hardest sweater I have ever seen.
Yeah, Dalton's blowing it a little out of proportion as he does with any cool new sweater he finds.
Yeah,
But
it's like
shit is
all
drippy.
right, it reminds me of. It doesn't look like, but it reminds me of Chris Evans' sweater in Knives Out, where it's like one of those
Yeah.
sweaters that you see in a movie, and you're like, "Man, I
Like,
could
man,
pull that
is
off,"
drippy.
and then you
Yeah.
buy it and you can't.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
Though. It looks so good.
No, but I could pull that one off.
Yeah, I could
Right,
pull it off.
I
I'll
do
buy
own.
it.
I do own the Knives Out sweater and wear it
Yeah.
regularly.
Right.
But Chip pushes Jennifer, which is the girlfriend, and Ricky doesn't like that. So he takes the
He
what are they
tries
called,
to
jumper
sexually
cables?
assault her. But yes,
thought he
they're
just
called
pushed her on the
jumper
ground.
cables. No, he did. He did.
Yeah, I missed that bit.
He should
yeah,
have tried to sexually assault her if this movie was going to try and keep continuity.
right.
What?
Huh?
Man, hold on.
Either way, Ricky wants to defend his girl, so he takes the jumper cables and he shoves them inside Chip's mouth until his eyes burst out of his sockets.
Yeah.
Correct.
Which is, and
They
so
explode
correct.
into little
It's
puddles.
a
of blood.
great kill.
Very cool. Yeah, and he also has sunglasses, and the sunglasses like crackle and pop and
They
snap.
shatter. Yeah, they
It looks-
explode.
it
All
looks
that
so good.
Rice Krispie shit.
And then Jennifer rightly goes, "What have you just done? You have just committed murder." And she tries to run away, so he takes like
but this is another cracked kill. This one was kind of like 'cause I was rooting for Ricky up until this point.
I like the way that they execute this kill because he pulls off the antenna cable and then he
grabbed. It was like all done very swiftly, like with quick like little edits.
it's like she's
like
running
grabs
towards she's running towards the camera and then he like grabs her, starts strangling her with the wire. And her body just like
it's like a very
off the screen.
It's a very quick like jump cut to him grabbing the antenna and then back to her running and him just
and it's like he's strangling her and she falls off the screen until it's just him. It's kind of cracked. At which point Ricky is then approached by a police officer who
right with a goofily tilted hat, perfectly showing half of his forehead.
Perfectly showing half his forehead and hiding whatever could be behind there.
It doesn't happen, but it would be great if, like, when he got shot in the spot where his forehead was exposed. Like, I don't know, that would be pretty cool if they did that.
That would be pretty funny.
That would be pretty wacky. Yeah, that would be.
He walks up to Ricky and he puts his gun right under his chest and gets as close as possible. And he goes, "I'm gonna need you."
He goes like, what was the line he said? He's like, "I know how to use this thing," and then he loads it.
And then he cocks it. He pulls back the hammer.
He waits to load it until he says that.
Yeah,
and he's like,
"I know how to use it." And he's like the gun. No, the gun is touching Ricky's jacked ass chest. Like bro is within
Ricky's like fucking 6'5" too, so he's just towering over this dude. And he pulls out some cuff and he goes, "I want you to put these on." So Ricky simply takes the gun and pulls it back to look at the guy, and I guess the guy shoots it into his own head. And Don, I know what you said. It hit right the spot that's exposed.
You're kidding.
I know,
there's no way.
It couldn't. Like it wouldn't.
I know. The filmmaking in this,
it's not feasible. Like
the fact that this movie is not on the Criterion Collection. And then at this point, Ricky has his iconic weapon, a single revolver, and he goes, "This is my moment." So
and he shoots exactly 5 more people.
Four. Yeah, he shoots 5 more people. He just walks down the street. A guy is coming out of his house to see what the commotion is because he's heard a gunshot, a small explosion, and a girl going. And so Ricky shoots him as he's coming out of his house. There's some guy who's just taken out his rubbish, which leads to
taking out his what?
He's taking out his what now? What's it called?
He's taking out his rubbish.
And, call it what it's really called.
What's it called?
No, I'm saving that line for you.
Oh yeah. All right, my fault. He's taking out his garbage.
Garbage day.
Garbage day. It's the iconic line from the movie. You've heard it before. He says,
"Yeah, everyone knows the line," and he shoots him through his rubbish bin.
It's sick.
It's
right.
I don't know why, but I like the way it looks.
Can.
I like the way it looks because it like cuts back and forth from behind him and in front of him, and he's just like throwing his arms back. It looks sick. But then Ricky just keeps going down. He finds a young girl who is on her tricycle and pedals right into him, and he's like, "Oh, have a nice day," and walks past her.
Yeah, well, I really thought he was going to shoot the little kid.
I thought he was too, but no, she goes sorry about that or excuse me or something like that. And he's like, "Oh, no problem." And she turns and leaves.
Right.
Yeah, I was really hoping he was going to shoot the kid.
Yeah, no.
I thought he was going to let her go and then shoot her in the back of the head.
Even if he tried, he couldn't because he didn't have. Well, we'll get to that.
So he walks
spoilers.
He walks to a police roadblock. Each one of them, there's a group of cops, and they are all pointing their guns at him, going, "We're going to shoot you. Put the gun down." So he goes, "Ha ha ha ha," and he puts the gun to his own forehead.
Joker.
He puts the gun
It's
to his
this-
own
all right.
forehead.
I need to break in right here, and we gotta wrap up pretty quick. But the movie's almost over.
Well, this is the wrap up. Yeah.
This movie is the best Joker movie ever made.
Yeah,
This
no,
movie is
literally.
so much better.
Literally, yeah.
It's so much better in not
This
only
is
as a
what the
movie, but
Joker
also
should have been.
being a Joker movie than the Joker movie was. All right, Josh, hurry up and wrap up this movie.
So he's going to shoot himself in the head, and all the police go, "No, don't do it. You're better than that." Before they were
Despite
about
the
to
fact
shoot
that
him,
they were trying to
They were
shoot
about
him.
to kill him, and then
they
go,
were
"No, no,
very
stop,
willing to
don't
shoot
do
him.
it." Right.
But the gun is empty, and so that leads to where he is
And
now in the psychiatric
Then
hospital.
it goes
But
to the shot that Josh is going to use to edit this guy as the Joker.
he's got his own.
pointing
He's
the
doing the
finger
gun
up.
symbol.
He's
with
he's
his
doing
hand.
the taxi driver thing where he's putting the finger gun up to his head when
And
yeah.
But this is when we see that he's murdered the doctor with the audio wire. He's strangled.
Not
him.
Doc-
Yo,
not Dr.
no,
Henry.
not Dr. Man.
His name was Henry. He said it once.
And so he follows in his older brother's footsteps and dons a Santa outfit and starts going on a rampage. He kills people. There's this couple trying to have sex on the pool table, so he kills the woman, and the guy decides to play a game of pool before he follows her and says, "If this is a prank," while looking directly at her mutilated body.
Right. This guy who looks exactly like me, especially right now,
Looks
'cause I
just
put
like
my hair
Daniel.
into bangs.
Yeah, me too. We got we got the Justin Bieber / Drake Bell hair.
Like Billy, he is making his way to Mother Superior, who lives out in the middle of nowhere now because she's retired.
Because
and
she
she's
had a
weird-
stroke.
And
And
also
but-
she had a
but the stroke
which
called
turned her
her
into Two-Face.
correct.
She had a stroke and apparently got severe burns on one side of her face. That's never mentioned.
Well, when she had
Uh,
a stroke, she fell over and she landed on a hot plate. So, you know, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Exactly. And she's in a wheelchair. I can't mention that enough because Ricky gets to her house and has trouble trying to kill her.
Yeah.
At one point, he thinks
Admittedly,
he's got
she
her.
is pretty cracked with that wheelchair.
Well, at one point, he thinks he's got her after like a chase through the upstairs, and he swings the axe down, and she throws herself down a set of stairs.
Which I can't hold on. Not only does she throw herself down the stairs, she throws herself down the stairs where there is another wheelchair waiting for her at the bottom of the stairs.
She's ready for this. She's been prepared. Which
This has happened before. Like,
this
this is not the first student of hers. Like, even
Well,
other than Bobby, Billy, Bo, Bye, Biddy, Bye, Biddy, Bye, Biddy, Bye. What was I saying?
But I like. There's no way this old woman who was old when Ricky was a kid survives a fall down the stairs.
No, she's just cracked.
And
And then
she gets in her
pulls herself
wheelchair.
up, gets in the new wheelchair.
She gets a butter knife, and Ricky chases her downstairs, walks to her kitchen, and he's like, "Naughty!" And
Naughty!
swings the axe
Garbage
again.
day!
He swings the axe again.
That's all he
Swings
says
the
the
axe-
rest of the movie. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. That's actually his only line.
He swings the axe as the police break into the house, and with a nun who finds Mother Superior sitting there perfectly all right, and she goes to
Or
see
is
if she's
she?
okay, taps her, and then her head rolls off of her body because
Oh wait, we
Ricky
didn't mention.
has
Wait,
accomplished
we
his
didn't mention
message.
the other cool headshot.
Oh,
The
yeah,
sledding
the sledding.
one.
That's
That
way
one was
at the
so
beginning.
cracked.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a dude
it doesn't matter.
sledding,
We'll
his
bring
head
it- we'll
gets
bring it
chopped
back.
off,
He's
it
sledding, he's
rolls, and
pulling
then it's a
people,
crack
his
shot.
Head rolls and it's cool. Yeah,
It's from the
how headless
montage
on the
of-
sled.
All right,
And then
wrap
they
it up,
buried
Josh.
the
Wrap
dude
it
in
up, Josh.
snow.
We got like 3
They
minutes.
buried a dude in snow. They buried a dude in snow, Dalton. I don't think you get it, man.
Ricky,
Yeah, we got
Ricky
3
gets
minutes,
shot.
Josh.
They did surgery on a grape.
Ricky gets shot
Yeah,
by
we got
police.
as much time as we want, baby. I'll make the rules.
Ricky
Man,
gets
I'm just
shot by
whipping my
police,
hair.
and then Ricky gets shot by police, falls out a window in a really cracked stunt, and then opens his eyes as a sequel tease. And that's the end of the movie. That's Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 1 and 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great movie, lovely film. Enjoy it literally every second of it.
If
except
you
for the
like-
parts I didn't enjoy.
If you like bad movies, and if you like bad Christmas movies, especially, well, no, if you like bad slashers,
yeah,
this is great. Watch this movie. It's probably the best bad slasher I've ever seen, and it's perfect for
Yeah.
Christmas time because it's a Christmas movie.
watch this movie.
Yeah. Josh?
I love this movie. I've always loved this movie. It's I'm a big fan of kind of shitty movies, and I'm a big fan of shitty slasher movies. So I like any slashers, but this one holds a special place.
And this one is especially fun because you can watch it at Christmas time.
No,
Yeah.
there's only a couple of Christmas slashers out there. There's this, and there's Santa's Sleigh, and Yeah, that's it.
And Black
And
Christmas.
Black Christmas.
And Black Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone. This is the last episode of Semi-Pro. Until
Ever.
next year, we'll see you.
We will never return.
We'll see you in the new year when we return for a
This is
sweep
the
I'm
end of
very excited
season
for.
2.
This is the end of
We're about
season
to
2
start
of Semi-Pro. We're about to start season 3.
man.
We're going to kick off season 3 of Semi-Pro with Ninja Turtle Sweep, which I'm super excited for. I can't wait for January. We will see you guys then. Thank you again for watching. It's been awesome. It's been a blast this last several episodes of the podcast, doing it with Daniel and Josh. I can't wait. Watch Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. We'll see you on the very next episode of Semi-Pro.